well if it isn't the one, the only Miss, not Mrs. Drama Queen.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing today?
I'm doing peachy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing. I was gonna say I'm doing great. So that would be but no, I'm doing great. I'm having a beautiful day.
Good.
I just want to say I appreciate you for coming on Speak Up Baby today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see you matching your decor, your feng shui on socks match your hat. Y'all can't even see her socks, but she doing it. That's what's up. So typically, like when I start the show, I try to think of a word that best describes that person. So what I actually did was I looked up your name, and I wonder if you knew this. So your name, the word, your name is Brittany. That's your name. Brittany. Excuse me, get me together. So the word Brittany, along with its French, Britain, Gallo equivalents, Brittany, derives from Latin. It means Britain's land. Did you know that? You got your own little continent going on. This word had been used by the Romans since the 1st century to refer to Great Britain, and more specifically the Roman province of Britain, country France. Did you know that? So did you know?
I Googled my
You Googled that? Okay. Do you know a little bit of French?
No.
Bonsoir, comment allez-vous? ABCD.
I took French in like 6th grade, and I don't remember nothing. I just know the teacher loved artichokes.
You said
That's what I remember about French class. My teacher loved artichokes.
You love the jokes, huh?
Artichokes, like the vegetable.
Oh, okay.
Like she would always bring them to class, and that's all I remember.
Yeah, I took French in 8th grade. I know a little bit of French, and I know some Spanish too. Epequito español. Yeah, you got the little French hat going on and everything like that.
No, it's something I always wanted to learn. I mean, I know a little bit of Spanish, but you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I've been trying to teach myself the Spanish thing again.
You know a good way to learn?
YouTube has been my best friend.
YouTube and watching well now on Netflix you can like switch the language. You can just put Spanish.
I never even thought to do that.
Look at the subtitles and then you can pick it up like that. So yeah, that's a good way for you to learn that. I want to start from the beginning. So I looked you up and I noticed you had like 5 DUIs. No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, but I wanted to go from the beginning. So you're from Cleveland?
Yep, born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay, you went to Jane Addams.
I did.
Oh, somebody be doing their homework.
You have.
Yeah. So in high school, you was pretty active. You did like cheerleading, high stepping. You did both. Oh,
I've done cheerleading, high stepping, drill team, basketball, math competitions. If you name it, I pretty much done it in my high school days.
You was slapping out glass back then? You ain't slapping no glass.
Yeah, I always had a basketball hoop in my backyard. I just gave it to the kids next door, but yeah.
So you was a tomboy growing up?
I'm the only girl of 7.
7 boys?
I have 5 stepbrothers and a younger brother.
Wow. Interesting. So it was hard dating you growing up, huh?
No.
Really? Your brothers ain't jack up your
I wasn't thinking about guys growing up.
Oh, you was thinking about girls?
No. I was a big nerd. Like, I'm talking about didn't go outside, didn't want to talk to other kids. If it had nothing to do with sports, don't talk to me. I was in my room all day reading books and drawing. That's all I wanted to do was read and draw. I was that type of kid.
And you wasn't no punishment you was in your room?
No, I was a good kid. I had it all. My first job was at the coroner's office. Like, I'm talking about nerd. Like, I was requested because I was published in an academics book, and the coroner at the time requested me to work for the psychologist there. So that was my first job.
Interesting. See, me, I was on punishment 70% of my life. And that forced me to read books and draw.
No.
That's interesting. So do you think, like, growing up and having this large family, you got a lot of family, and being active in all these different sports and these different things, you think it helped you, like, be the person you are today?
Absolutely. I feel like kids being in sports and activities is key. It's very important. Very important. That's one of the things where I'm kind of conflicted about, like, homeschooling and actually physically going to a school. Like, homeschooling, like, academic-wise could be more beneficial, but social-wise, it's definitely taking away a lot from a kid. And you need those social skills to be successful in anything that you do in life.
Do you have kids?
No. I have 2 babies, but they're rabbits. They're so cute. Nope, no kids.
Interesting. You single right now?
I am.
So you single, you got no kids, you know how to wear hats.
My dad was the type of person who only wore suits, so that's why I'm playing.
And you like basketball? You still watch basketball?
I love basketball, but football is my favorite sport.
Oh, you can cook too?
Yeah.
Dang, ding ding. So, you know, a lot of guys have this thing like red, yellow, green. Like you're green, like you ain't got no kids. You can cook. You have no kids. You said no kids. You can cook. You like sports. Something must be wrong with you. You must be crazy or something.
No, no.
Not that you know
I
that.
just be chilling. A lot of guys say I'm a workaholic. I don't have enough free time. So that usually be a lot of my problems. And I'm a loner. So I've got comfortable being single because I'm used to like being alone. Because I grew up that way. So trying to break that bubble is kind of hard for me to do because, you know, nowadays dating is not the same. So I just don't even want to be affiliated personally.
Mm. Yeah, that's
because I was raised old school. Old school is not a thing anymore.
Well, it's not, and I think technology has something to do with that. Because back in the day, a guy will approach a woman and actually talk to her. Hey, how you doing? You know, I like your hat. You know, all of that good stuff. Now everything is like you talking to them on social media and stuff like that. Like, hey, 216 drama.
And it's a rush. Everybody's in a rush.
Yeah.
Can't do that fast.
Yeah.
Mentally, I can't process that.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like the evolution, you know, of the old school and now it's like this new generation. How do you feel about that?
Talking about pretending to
technology. You know, we were talking about the you know, a guy may try to approach you like online as opposed to like seeing you. But you a learner, so I guess that's the only way they could probably talk to you.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of life now, period. Because even if you are out and about in the world, 90% of the time you're looking down at your cell phone. Like dating, I mean, you see the memes all the time that when people date, they leave their phone all the time instead of putting their phone down until the day is over.
That's what's up.
It's very distracting.
And you got some good posture too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got some good posture. That's what's up. So I wanna get more into you. So after high school, how was it? Like, how was the transition from leaving school? Because you graduated from J. Adams, right? And how was your transition? Like, did you go to college?
I did. I graduated from Cleveland State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology.
So you know what I'm thinking right now?
Nah.
I don't even know what I'm thinking. That's what's up.
No, but it wasn't hard because, like I said, I was always a nerd. I always loved school. Like I said, like I was so much of a nerd. Like I was a teacher's pet. Like I used to actually spend night over my teachers' houses and go to school with them. I used to come over to the house and kick with my mom. Like it was crazy.
Interesting. So did you have like a lot of friends? Like, did you have any like close friends growing up?
I had a lot of friends.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so they pretty much used to come over to your place?
Yeah. Okay. I was the house that had it all. Had the little storage facility in the basement with all the food you could think of. So.
Okay. I want to get into your brand, Drama Queen. Like, where did that come from?
I grew up being called a drama queen all the time by my parents. So I just used it because I always grew up like, I'm not dramatic, I'm just misunderstood. Like that was my little thing with my parents growing up. But so I was just like, hey, why not use it? It just stuck. People still call me it because they're used to being called it. So I just went with the flow with it. I felt like it was catchy. People were loving it, so I kept it.
That's what's up, Drama Queen. Like I thought you was gonna come here like, oh, I don't want that. I don't drink.
And I'm the complete opposite. I'm like the most simplest, easiest person that you can be around.
Okay, that's what's up. And you brand your name, the Drama Queen. You branded on a couple different things. I see you have the Drama Queen Consulting, and then also you have the Drama Queen online boutique as well. So that's pretty dope. I'm the brand man. Brand man Stan. So I always brand my name. So I think that's pretty dope. As far as the boutique, how long? Like, when did that start?
I started my boutique online 2 years ago. I kind of let it dormant down a little bit because it was a lot of trial and error. I don't know anybody in my life personally who has a boutique or a clothing line or who's doing anything. So I was kind of like just doing research and what I could figure out on my own at the time. I wasn't really hip to like going on YouTube and using YouTube as a tool until later on. And so basically now I'm in the process of like doing my rebranding and relaunching it. I've learned so much over the time frame of, you know, little things like shipping and little things like how you put your packages together, the look. So
yeah, presentation is everything. You know?
Yeah, back then I was just like in a rush to do it. It was like I graduated, I got everything out the way, like, ooh, now I go start a business. I always want to start instead of taking my time to perfect it before I started it. So now I'm in that process of transitioning.
Interesting. Yeah, I noticed that too with your page because your name was different, and then you now your page. I mean, it actually look more professional now too. So it's like you just said, you know what, I'm gonna focus, and it seemed like that's the phase that you in now?
I turned 30 years old, and I was just like, it's time to just change my dynamics of everything.
30 club.
30.
Yo, you turned 30 when?
April 29th.
29. Oh, you a tourist. Oh, interesting. I'm April 18th. Yeah. So I got you by like a week and a half. We probably in the hospital together.
Probably.
Didn't even know.
Natural health?
I don't know.
No.
No, I was in foster care, so like a lot of that stuff I don't even really know.
Have you ever thought about looking into it, or you just don't want to even deal?
I have access to all that stuff.
Okay.
But maybe you can help me one day.
I'm always out for it.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah. So your name at like on your page, it was a Chill Brit at first. That was your name. How did you come up with that name?
Because everybody say I'm so relaxed, they can't figure me out.
I think I can.
Just be chilling.
I can figure you out.
Can you? Well, let me know what you find out. I'm sitting here waiting.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Yep. So your other company, Drama Queen Consulting. You do inspections and visuals for potential buyers in real estate, the housing market.
Yes.
So when did you start that?
I just started that a couple of months ago. Real estate has always been something that I kind of want to get into, but I never really knew what path that I wanted to go. So I was always stressed. I'm like, I need to go to real estate school first. But as I started to network and meet so many people in it, it was like there's so many other elements I can get my foot into it. So I was like, well, this is a good way to kind of like learn the investor eye of it and the seller's eye all at one time. So those people will come to me, and I'm the middleman. Kind of like I'm starting to wholesale, but I'm starting to get that understanding of like what I need to look for, what I need to think about when it comes to like the value of the house, what's cosmetic, what's damaged, like, and that type of stuff. So that's like the hands-on thing that I get when I started this consulting. So what I do is the investor will contact me from whatever state or whatever they're at, and I would go to the property where the seller is at, and I would take the visual pictures and the videos, do a walkthrough, and or get the key from the property, put in the lockbox. I'm basically doing everything the person outside of the state can't do. And do a little side hustle.
One thing I did notice, you kind of like your energy kind of shifted when we started talking about that.
Yeah, real estate.
Yeah, real estate. So I could tell you definitely that's been something that was been on your brain for a while. You know, maybe going into. I thought about going to real estate after college as well. I kind of fell in my lap now. You know?
Right.
But sometimes we go through life and we do these different things, and the thing that we may like the most or love the most, it comes back to you. Do you face any adversity doing your businesses and your different ventures?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be that, because of the simple fact that like people's going to always pre-paint a picture of anybody, and then when you actually like open your mouth and speak and talk about the things that you do, then they kind of like transition their attention and or I don't know, pay attention more to what you got to say. And being a woman, you know, that comes a lot.
Right. Well, I'm not a woman, so I'm
well, you talk to women, so I'm pretty sure you know, because you built this platform. You understand that, like, as women, we got to know more than the average Joe to get the little bit of respect, or even have a guy open their ears up to listen. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I started this show. You know, so create a platform for you all, and you can tell your story. And I'm not in the camera; it's just strictly you. This is your story. You know, I want it to be about you. You do choreography. I do.
How long you been doing that?
I've been dancing all my life.
So you used to be at home reading math books and then dancing in the mirror doing the percolator?
My father was a singer. He was in a dance group when he was younger. And I mean, a singer when he was younger. And my mother was a dancer. So.
So it's in your it's in your blood. And it makes sense because you did cheerleading and high stepping. You used to background dance for and sing for Esther. Esther Fitz.
Okay. I did. I was part of her person. One of the people in the group that helped do the kind of choreography for me.
I know Esther, a good friend of mine, and Stacy too.
Yeah.
You know, both of them. That's what's up. How was that?
It was so fun. It was amazing. The girls had amazing energy. It was just like family from the beginning.
Can you hit a note for us right now?
I don't sing.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Oh, you trying to stop the show early?
You can lip sing. You can lip sing.
I can lip sing some stuff, but you ain't got no music playing. But let's not mess up the show.
You know, belly dance?
No.
We gotta switch your posture up a little bit.
You get the shoulder shimmy.
I get the shoulder. Okay. There you go. All that.
So that's all. I think that's all they see on the show anyway, right? The shoulders.
Nah, we got your kneecaps too.
Really?
Yeah, the kneecaps in there. What is your favorite chocolate?
I don't like chocolate.
You don't like chocolate? What's your favorite candy?
Gummies. Anything gummy. Gummy worms, gummy bears, gummy cherries. I don't care. Gummy Jolly Ranchers. It's just gummies.
Gummies.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? When you having a bad day? Say if you were having a bad day or dating someone, what is it that a man can bring you that's gonna make you smile?
There's, anything. Wine, crab legs, flowers.
Fly wings.
Doesn't matter.
You don't eat chicken.
I eat chicken, but I ain't about to just be a chicken head.
Boy, chicken.
That's my metaphor for it. It's like.
That's what's up. So we touched on as far as like dating and everything. Have you ever had a bad date experience? What was
my fair share.
Tell us a couple of your stories of your date experience.
Whew. Well, you got the guy who just talks about himself all day and you just don't get a word in. You have the guy who is the big shot on social media, but in person, it's pretty broke.
Wow.
Yeah, you have those. Yeah, a lot of those. But other than that, my dating experience really don't be bad. It's just more so that everybody's in a rush. It's just like everybody hangs out with me, and then next thing you know, they're talking relationship. I can't move that fast. Mentally, it doesn't just work that way.
You sound like a dude. You sound like.
No, I am one of the fellas.
Nigga-itis. That's what's up. So you said they seem broke, so like you had to pay for a date one time?
No, it's not about paying. It's just the simple fact that it's like we have the conversations. You say what kind of woman that I am, and then it's like the choices of the places that you take me. It's like it doesn't really make sense with the type of woman that I am. However, I'm not going to complain because I can always find something or just roll with the flow until it's over with.
So what's wrong with the McDonald's out there in Independence? What's wrong with that with the
I
chandelier?
don't know, because then they got to slide in the little bouncy balls at the end. I'm cool with
okay. So, going on a date, it could be something like different. Like you could go and see the waterfall or something like that. What's wrong with that type of date?
I have no problem with that type of date. That's kind of the type of dates that I prefer.
So you just may have a problem with a guy appearing to be this type of way, and then when you get there,
he's not that type of way. It's just like just be yourself. Like because I feel like if you're lying to me about who you are, you're already a liar, and we ain't even started yet. That's my mindset.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you told me. So when you sat down, you said, "I got some nice kneecaps." I already knew.
Because I'm down with a simple, just going to Edgewater, go get some gyros and watch the sunset. Like that's fine. You ain't gotta do all the extra stuff. It's not necessary.
That's what's up. And you seem like a type of woman, a guy, he can just tell you what it is, and then it's just like, all right, how we gonna move from there?
Preferred.
That's what's up. Interesting. Something interesting that I found out about you, and I actually watched this movie, and I was like, the first thing just popped in my head. You're a wine connoisseur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you seen that movie Uncorked? You seen that?
Nope.
You should watch that. So it was about this guy, and he was going to school to be a wine connoisseur, and his dad, he didn't want him to do that. He wanted him to run his own restaurant, the family restaurant. And he went to like France, and it's crazy because, that's your name. And he went there to like learn how to make like smell the wine, they had to blindfold him and do all that. You went through that?
No, I didn't go to that intensification, no. But I definitely watched a lot of videos. I did a lot of training and a lot of taste testing. I teach wine for a living at Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant, and I did my own side events where I hosted tasting classes.
Interesting. That's one thing about me. Like, I feel like when I go to a bar, I'll be knowing what type of woman she is just by looking at her drink. If you go to a bar and a woman drink like Hennessy or something, she can't challenge me mentally. Or if she drink what everybody else drink, I'm like, oh yeah, she not, not to say I wouldn't be open to seeing what she got to say, but something like so interested in wine, by you knowing these different things, those are different type of conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess it could apply to both.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, but that's pretty dope. Did you like that, or what made you go into that?
I always liked wine. I always liked it. Cooper's Hawk just kind of fell into my lap, honestly. I worked 11 years at a restaurant called Table 45 for Cleveland Clinic, and I basically left that job and took like a 6-month break. So I just kind of lived life, paid my bills up for 6 months, and just was free because I worked so hard for 11 years. Like I didn't take trips and all that type of stuff. Like it was like holidays, weekends, whatever. I was just stuck in the money. So when I decided to work again, Cooper's Hawk was opening up. And my cousin in Columbus was like, I think you'll be a great fit. Like, you should come move to Columbus and grow your business and work at Cooper's Hawk. And I was just like, no, I'm not sure. So when they opened up here, I just went ahead and applied. And it was just like, as soon as I went, I was hired immediately. And I had 4 promotions within like 3 months. And I started being their restaurant trainer. So I train all the people who is hired in, and I certify them for the positions, and I teach them about wine and get them prepared for wines and so on and so forth. And then I just kind of realized how much I love wine, and my taste buds became more broad, and I started to like more varieties of wine. So I was just like, this is just kind of like my thing.
Interesting. That's what's up. So do you still work there currently?
I do.
You do? Okay, so I know who I'm going to go see then.
Yep, I only work Monday and Tuesday mornings, so.
Monday and Tuesday mornings?
Yes.
Okay.
This pandemic got me kind of.
Yeah, it's been how has that affected you, the pandemic?
It drove me crazy at first because I'm so used to like being on the go, and then I just had to sit still, and I didn't like that at all. So most of the things that I do in life is revolved around the food and beverage industry and or entertainment world, which causes large crowds. So the only other thing that I had left over that I do is like my tax service and my resume service and who's looking for a job right now and who needs to file taxes.
And you do everything.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a strong believer that as long as you know how to hustle, you can't go broke.
You do it very. That's what's up. You got a quote too that you use. It said, "Diamonds are formed by pressure." What does that mean?
That's how diamonds are formed. Literally.
That's what's up. It's a little girl out there who's a loner, and she's inspired to be a businesswoman like yourself. What advice would you give her?
I would tell her not to be afraid to go outside the box. Being a loner is okay, but you have to realize that to become anything successful or great in life, it takes other people. It takes teamwork. It takes 2 eyes versus 1. It takes a lot more knowledge that you would ever think that you would know. So definitely try to be a social butterfly in a sense, but also remember to take your time to have your solitude so that you don't go crazy. Because that's important.
That's what's up. You do modeling as well.
Yes.
What made you go into modeling?
It's just something that I always wanted to do. Always was like a side hobby. I never really took it seriously, but I just enjoyed the camera. I started modeling when I was 14, 15. So it was just, the dancing and the modeling just kind of went together in a sense.
You ever thought about doing acting? Okay.
I feel like I'd be pretty good in acting.
I think so. I might write you a couple roles.
Okay.
Might have something for you.
That's one. You saw that? Look, you was ready to put me in a movie right now.
I'm gonna put you in the movie. What do you have like planned like coming up like for the near future? What is 2.0 Drama Queen? What is your 2.0?
I want Drama Queen to be thriving because it's supposed to be it's going to be a more upscale women fashion. The whole fashion industry in Cleveland is kind of like, it builds and then it just narrows out. So everybody's fashion is grown and sexy, however, it still has that club feel to it. I don't want that club feel. I want my moms, my entrepreneurial women to be able to go to work and go to happy hour and be able to go to a bar at night and not have to worry about changing my outfit because you're cute all day.
Keep it cute.
Period.
That's what's up. If you could pick one thing that you currently doing, real estate, wine concierge, fashion, all the things that you do, because you do a lot, like, and you only could pick one, which one would it be?
Drama Queen.
Good answer.
That would definitely be Drama Queen.
So would you rather, so pretty much you'd rather have a business than to work for someone else?
Of course.
Interesting. Do you get your creative side from like your parents, or is anybody else that may have inspired you like growing up?
I feel like I kind of got my personality is going to always kind of come from my parents in a such sense because that's what I was raised around and they molded me. However, I just kind of feel like this is just me. Once again, I was a loner and I stayed to myself, so these are just things I naturally just did on my own.
I just want to say, I know you know you're a loner and everything, but I appreciate you for taking the time to come see little old me. That's cheap.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Um, what what is the most exciting place you ever been to? Do you travel often?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland.
Portland, Oregon was very exciting for me.
I've never been there. So what is it? What is it like out there?
The agriculture is beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I highly recommend people go. The just the communication, the socialization of the people there. They're so friendly. They're so open. They talk to you about anything. Like I had a lady come sit at my table and we talk like we know each other all our lives. That's something that rarely happens here in Cleveland. Just driving, it's just beautiful. And going back to wine, it's one of the best places for grapes to make wines and produce grapes, Cabernet grapes, Pinot Noir grapes, which is the main reason why I went. And I took my mom for her birthday, but it's beautiful for sure.
What is that? Is that San Francisco where they known for like their wine too?
Just California, period.
The whole
Napa
California.
Valley, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I met a guy. He makes his own wine. He was from San Francisco.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I definitely want to go there. You got a passport?
I do. I was supposed to go to Jamaica for my birthday, and then the pandemic happened.
Oh man, that sucks.
Hmm.
You ever thought about doing like virtual, like teaching, or teaching little classes as far as like with the wine or just tips about fashion, stuff like that?
Virtually, you can't teach. Well, I can teach wine, but you don't get the real experience because you need to try it. You need to sip it. You need to let it breathe. You need to look at the colors of it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to it. So wine is kind of sketchy to try to teach virtually. But fashion-wise, I am thinking about starting my video podcast, and that's going to be called the Beat Chat, and that's going to kind of go into the realms of all that type of stuff.
Okay, so you're gonna be talking about pretty much everything.
In a woman's perspective. But I kind of want it to be more so of the viewpoint of the male, because you don't have a lot of platforms when just male and female one-on-one really get nitty-gritty with the conversation. Like,
So it's gonna be like how women be talking about men at the salon. It's gonna be like that. Oh man.
we grown.
Grown.
It's time to get it out on the table.
All on the table. Right? What is your biggest fear?
To fail.
To fail.
I have a lot of anxiety problems and overthinking problems because I've never failed in anything that I've done. So my main thing is that I'm a failed drama queen, or I'm a failed real estate, or it's like the major goals that I've had. Of course, I've had a lot of small goals, but the major goals, the long-term goals, I'm terrified to fail in that.
I always tell people in order to learn how to swim, you gotta jump in the water.
Of course.
It's never a failure if you at least try, because most people don't.
Right.
It's like gambling, like taking a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But who wouldn't take a risk for their own future?
Mm-hmm. Agreed, 100%.
Yeah, it was a risk for you just coming here. You didn't have to come here.
And that's true.
But obviously, your spirit led you to that hot seat. And she's sweating. And y'all can't
I
even
was about
see
to
it.
say, speaking of hot seat, is my face shiny yet?
Nah, you good. Your eyebrows still on
You
point.
sleep. Okay, thank you, because I have arched today.
You got a march and where?
Arched.
Oh, arched.
What you
I'm about
say?
to say March. I said she was a Martin Luther King or something. That's what's up. Speaking of Martin Luther King, what do you feel about Black Lives Matter?
I feel highly about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a very important thing. We've been left out of so many things. We're trying to take back at least a piece of what we deserve. There's nothing wrong with that.
What is? Are you doing anything in particular, like for what's going on?
I'm not. I'm just kind of just supporting from a distance. I just kind of feel like it's such a touchy subject that I don't want to put too much of my opinion into it.
Interesting. Yeah, it's the world. This whole 2020 been like, it's like a whole roller coaster. Like you turned 30 in April, like I did, and I was supposed to have this big party, and it got canceled, and I was pissed. But at the end of the day, just had to sit back and reflect. Cause I don't really read. I wasn't really reading. My last couple books I read was Goosebumps, but I was just joking. But during the pandemic, I read a couple books. I read Think and Grow Rich. I read what's another book I read? I read Malcolm X. I read Malcolm X's book. I read about 4 or 5 different books, and it made me just kind of reflect and say, what is it that I can do that if we have an epidemic, a pandemic, I'll still be fine.
Right.
And one thing I said I was gonna do is do more content creation and writing movies and just doing different things that
Right.
most people didn't know I can do.
Right, exactly.
What is it that you just came up with that you said you were gonna do, as far as like during that time being able to reflect?
You asking me to tell me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Basically the relaunch of Drama Queen. Starting to get more into some like spiritual and my emotions and refining myself, becoming more open with my flaws and accepting my flaws and letting my flaws be my strengths. I got back into working out more. Also, I started writing a book and been getting into the real estate thing.
Okay. That's what's up. So at the beginning, I said that I normally find a word that describes you, and I looked up your name, Brittany. But I actually looked up your last name too. And I want to kind of end it with this, and it's chambers. So a chamber is a room or a bedroom, a space or a cavity, the reception room of a person of a rank or authority. So by talking to you, you know, with this amount of time that I had with you, you said that you be to yourself and you kind of like a loner and things like that. So it's like, that's crazy. Like, your name is like you know? It's a space, it's a chamber, you know? But I feel like diamonds and gold are found in like a room or a cave or, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I feel like you have a lot of great things inside. It's just ready to get untapped.
You better say that.
And one thing I the book Think and Grow Rich, it was about this guy. He had this farm, and he was out there like digging in his land. He noticed like this metal, plastic, like type of stuff, and he didn't know what it was. It kept frustrating him. Every day he'd go out there, he started going off cussing and everything, trying to dig this stuff up, but it was just too much of it. So the next guy, so he decides to move away. The next guy come in, he did the same thing. He discovered that it was diamonds. And a lot of times I feel like us as people, we be having the diamonds right there. We just need to open our eyes. And I think that's where you are now. Just watching your page, I'm like, dang, I ain't see none of the old stuff. And then you just changed. Like, you got your whole brand, like your shoulders is out, you know what I'm saying? Posture there, you know what I'm saying? And then that's why I kind of asked you earlier about that, the quotes you used and everything. That's you know. So I'm excited to see your next phase. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I'm gonna push you.
Thank you. Please do.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that whatsoever. I need it.
Sure. Is it anything you want to leave everybody with?
Just continue to be great. Don't stop. You're your worst enemy. So as long as you remember to not be your worst enemy and know that you can do it, as long as you put your mind to it, go for it.
Can you tell the people where they can reach you at?
I am on Instagram at 216 Drama Queen. My boutique is Instagram at Drama Queen LLC. And you have me also, my wine page at tasteof_elegance.
Or you can just open up a business page. It's going to be her face smiling with her hands out.
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate you for coming on again. You were so great. And
Thank you.
I'm sure everyone is going to love this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Another episode of Speak Up, baby. There you have it. Miss Drama Queen. Please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell if you enjoyed this video.